What's up, guys? This is KAMEHOUSE Podcast Episode 4. You got D-Train,
JP,
C Money,
and today we're talking about Dragon Ball Super Superhero, as we've just seen it in theaters. So what was your guys' favorite moment of Superhero? Spoilers, by the way.
Piccolo transforming was good.
I agree, yeah. Orange Piccolo.
Orange Piccolo was cool, though, yes. That was
Yeah.
really sick. What was that little symbol on his back?
I
It's
don't
probably
know.
like a Namekian sign, I'm gonna assume.
It looked like a tree or
Is it-
something.
Yeah,
Maybe,
I
or
saw
like-
a tree, yeah.
His part of the Namekians, because he also said Dende, he's like, oh, you're a different Namekian,
Yeah.
can you do the same thing?
That was a
wearing
little bit
kite?"
racist, right?
Right?
That's
That was cool.
I'm curious what other Namekians there are, though, because when he went up to Dende and he said, you're the ones that are gonna lock it. Like, what type of Namekian is Piccolo? What else
I
is
think
there
they've
out there?
mentioned it in
Like
Dragon
once or
Ball
twice.
Z. There's like the fighting ones, like one of the clans fights, and the other one is like the
The
Guardians.
Dragon Clan, that's
Yeah.
Piccolo.
No, Dragon Clan would be considered Dende because they're the ones who can make the
Oh,
Dragon
okay,
Balls.
okay, my bad. I thought
Like
Dragon
Piccolo
Clan was
can't
glorious.
make the Dragon Balls, but Dende can.
Piccolo fucks shit up in a fight.
Yeah,
And
he's
turns
like
orange now.
a warrior, like the warrior clan, I guess you could say.
It would be more like a shaman.
Yeah,
Okay.
right. Like the great elder was always just chilling in
Yeah.
his chair, like wisdom here, wisdom there. But it would have been cool if Dende could have done it.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
hopefully in the future he can do it, though, because he just said he's not old enough yet, right?
But I also
Yeah.
think like they need something to bring the Dragon Balls in. Like they have to have a purpose to use the Dragon Balls in every movie, and that was their purpose, right?
I think we need an arc like GT, where because they're using the Dragon Balls for stupid shit now.
Yep.
So Piccolo used them to unlock this power. Okay, that's fine, that makes sense. Bulma used it to plump up her butt, and then what was the second thing? To like get rid of wrinkles.
Get rid of her wrinkles. Her cosmetic surgery for free.
There needs to be a consequence
Hey,
to Dragon
wouldn't you
Balls.
do it?
Yep.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
Make
You know,
myself
can
do
you
it,
add
just
an
call
inch
it.
around my butt?
I just want to look thick at the bar. Orange Piccolo was sick.
They finally gave him light.
You can it feels like he's also up there now with
He can
Ultra
go,
Ego.
yeah, he can like compete with them now, the gods.
Imagine a
Let's
new
say,
tournament of
like,
power.
That'd be cool, but I would like it to be a little different. Maybe like the world's on the line. The universes were on the line in the other one, but this
Yeah.
one it could be like more of like a sinister reasoning, like we'll kill everybody and no one's gonna get back or some shit.
So Piccolo definitely got to be a star in this movie, though. He kind of instigated the whole thing a little bit.
Yes, he did. But, I think it's fair. He did ask him to pick up his daughter.
So, spoiler, Piccolo goes and picks up, finds out what Red Ribbon Army's doing. They want to kidnap Pan to kill Gohan, and he's like, you know what, this will be good for Gohan. I'll go along. I thought that was fucked up.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
And again, it's like this was like a Piccolo movie. I feel like
A little
Gohan
bit.
was in it, but
Finally.
they really pushed it onto Piccolo. Like even at the start, like he's training Pan, and then the whole thing is like he found out the Red Ribbon Army and tried to foil their plans before anything even happened. That's not usually what happens.
No, he's like, I gotta go tell somebody.
Usually something happens, like they get attacked, and then they're like, "Oh no, it's you!" But this time Piccolo was more like, "Yeah, he got attacked, but he took it on his own." He was just like, "I'm just gonna sneak up in there." It was more of a Piccolo
Yeah,
movie.
I thought it was funny in the beginning too when he was like, Dad, oh Gohan, Grandpa, oh yeah, Goku. Like he doesn't know.
Yeah. I was wondering if they were doing that for the audience as well, just trying to give Pan the relation and all.
Kind of like, because they want it to be like a jumping on point, right? So it kind of feels like what they did is, if you'd never watched anything and you came into this, you'd be like, okay, I kind of know what's going on here.
A little bit, yeah.
I think I got it.
Yeah. I
What-
think Pan was also a little bit of a secondary star there as well, though. She
Her
did
little
have
go
her
to hell
moments.
shirt.
She had more screen time than a lot of them, like more than
That's
Krillin,
good.
that's for sure.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you that much.
Krillin is such a bitch, man. They
Like
did him
even
so dirty.
Bulma had more screen time than Krillin. Like
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
Krillin,
that's true.
like was just right at the end. It's like they just threw him in there because they're like Bulma said, "I brought all the strongest in the world," and then it's like you see Krillin like, "Hey,
And
man,
Krillin.
forget about Yamcha, forget about Tien or Chaozu, just not even Master Roshi. Master Roshi would have put up more of a fight."
Yeah, that's true.
That's
Fuck.
very-
No, and she just brought the Saiyans, Android 18, and Krillin.
She could have brought Android 17. Android 17's strong as fuck. They don't keep in contact with this
So
guy
apparently
now.
everyone
Oh,
else
that's
doesn't
true.
live on Earth.
I think when he just started sailing on his yacht,
He's probably like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not helping.
He's sitting up there drinking his martini with a fucking cigar,
Yeah,
and
he's
he's
like,
like,
tell me if the universe is on the line again.
right.
"They thought I cared about that island.
Idiots.
I sold it for a profit."
Man's gotta live out here.
Right?
Right.
Save the universe. I'm retired now, you know?
I like the two androids. I liked how they
Gamma
did
1
them.
and 2.
At times they could have been too corny. I felt like
2 was definitely like annoying. Like,
yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I like the concept. Like I liked how they turned around at the end. Those like which one is Gamma? One's probably gonna be coming.
the serious one.
Yeah,
who lived.
they're probably
Yeah.
be more involved in the Z fighter gang.
I
But
could see it, yeah.
I like their personalities. I like how
Yeah.
they fight.
Yeah.
Another
It was
strong
cool.
dude for the team as well.
Right, and
Yeah.
I was hoping they would have done something cooler with like a fusion. Like that would have
Imagine
been
if
cool.
Gohan and Piccolo fused into some like
Not
Saiyan
even good,
Namekian
like
hybrid.
Alpha 1 and Alpha 2, Gamma 1, Gamma 2 would have been dope. And then
That
they
would turn into like Alpha.
yeah, and then they would have had like 3 antennas instead of the one having
Oh,
one and
God,
then one have two,
dude.
and then it would have
Yeah.
been like
What a waste wasted
Everyone's getting
opportunity.
power-ups now. Like,
Right,
fucking
You get a
Left
power
and
up, and
right.
you get a power up.
Oprah Winfrey's in this bitch, like, giving shit out, like, here you go, folks. But that was cool.
What was
like,
it?
the two of them? So.
What was the Super Saiyan joke they made in the beginning? The ant, Super Saiyan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
there
Super
you go.
Saiyan ant, like
He found Super Saiyan ant. He cares
Like,
more about them than his own daughter.
it's like Goku. It's like a generation thing. Like the dads just don't give
They're
a
just-
fuck
yeah.
about their kids. And it's
Bardock
like,
sent him away to a different planet.
think about like this Goku abandoned that like basically Gohan for training. While Gohan's doing what he loves is studying. He's doing
Yeah.
the same thing. It's
Just in a
training of
different
the
genre,
mind,
yeah.
Right?
No.
It's like I'm studying.
They're all
Go
bad
see
dads.
Piccolo. And then what do you think Piccolo's gonna do? Fucking train her.
Yeah.
She's gonna be a badass fighter. So
Yeah, I think you nailed it earlier. I think it's Piccolo's job to just train Saiyan's team.
it's
Same.
kind of rubbing it off on him a little bit. Like he's getting there.
Like,
he's
it's
like,
prideful.
okay.
And they even said, you could just wish them away, but I guess your pride won't allow that. He's like, no, I'll just wish to get stronger. Don't wish for Goku and Vegeta to arrive.
Right? Because then they'll just be like, you know what? Can we make a wish to make them actually stronger than they are now? Like,
Why don't Goku and Vegeta do that?
Which is stronger.
Yeah.
Maybe their pride means they gotta earn it.
imagine Prince Vegeta being like, ho ho, I got this power from the dragon.
Yeah, that was kind of the bullshit thing about GT. The Blutz Wave generator, he wouldn't do that.
No.
Yeah, I agree.
Going back to the movie was, I like the animation. That's one thing I did want to
They
bring
did it
up.
really well.
The animation was very different. It
I
wasn't
agree.
something it kind of made me feel like they were trying to take a little bit of Xenoverse and make it a movie style.
It
of
did look like
Yeah.
Xenoverse at times. That is
Right?
true.
Yeah.
And, like the way they turned, or even the fighting, but the animation was different from the other movies.
But
Like
it
even
still
from
felt
Brawly,
like Dragon Ball.
like it was a big difference from Brawly. Like
Oh,
it was
yeah.
like more. You could tell it was more like
Broly went more simplistic, and this went like more complex.
Yes.
Yeah, it was more dynamic.
it was
as
very
well.
like computer generated, like
Yeah.
in your face. Like look at the effects we can do. Because like halfway through the movie was alright, but the other half it's like all the blasting and the
Yeah.
effects were like.
It was going
Yeah.
crazy, bro. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I really liked
It's great to watch in theaters.
Oh yes, it is. Also the audio and everything. It really builds the atmosphere.
Should have been in the D-box seats, like shaking the shit out of you. Like,
Right.
whoa, I'm in the fight.
Or like air when they do the blast, like the air just pulls. You're just like whoa, the air is pushing me.
I like how he's like, I'm not King Piccolo. I'm not Kami. Like,
yeah.
I'm just Piccolo now.
I'm not Nail. Shut up, Nail.
Yeah, they didn't bring up Nail in this.
They should do more bridge stuff with Dragon Ball.
Oh,
It'd be
I would
funny.
love Dragon Ball
references.
to come
People
back.
would love it. The music was alright. I like how the Gamma 1, Gamma 2, they looked like they were built where they punched. They did the comic book stuff.
That was cool. He's like, why can I see that?
Yeah, and they bring it up too. They're like,
Yeah,
why is that
I appreciate
happening?
that, yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
'Cause I thought it was just being like Dragon Ball. Because they used to do
Yeah.
that in Dragon Ball,
Yeah.
those effects.
Yeah, but you can see it's part of like their Android system.
Yeah, it
where
was
they
really
produce
cool.
that behind them.
Because there was
Yeah.
a scene too, right, when he was in the lab and he just air punched and it's like
Still
it
did it,
generated like kapow, and then it glitched out a little bit and then disappeared. I was like, oh shit.
Another cool little thing they did is when they were fighting the Gammas, when they hit them, and it sounded like they were hitting steel, like it sounded like they were hitting metal.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought that was a
Very
really
true.
cool effect.
When they were
Yes.
walking up, going like,
Cling, cling.
hey, I was like,
agree.
oh, that's sick.
That was very nice attention to detail. I agree.
So should we talk about some bad parts? Some things we didn't like?
I don't like how they rehashed the supervillains like Frieza.
Like we've already
Like-
done it, yeah.
I would have
I'm
preferred.
okay to a degree, but like, yeah, when you start doing with all of them, it's like I don't need to see them all again.
Like it was cool. He was different, but it was still Cell in his second form.
I
They couldn't have even made it like perfect Cell. So
even
to
like
me,
when they brought Frieza back, they brought him back as Frieza. So like there was something to appreciate. Okay, you know what? I didn't
It's
want
the
to see
same
this guy,
character.
but like I can appreciate that's still Frieza.
yeah,
You brought Cell Max and it wasn't Cell.
they could have added like a look at me, Daddy. I'm
He was just like a
stronger.
ghost in a shell, yeah.
I wish he had some of the Cell personality in there. That would have made it better for me.
When Gohan does a special beam cannon, he just Cell looks at him and goes, "Love me, Dad."
Your dad's never here.
It was like you did it.
Like I would have preferred they do something like how they did Frieza actually with Frieza and Cooler. They could have made Cell like
Yeah.
it's like
Come
brother,
back.
like
Yeah.
a different Cell, but it's like a
one,
different
yes.
like Cell
Taro
2
could have had like another experiment that they didn't know about.
or like
just a-
Alpha Cell
or
or,
maybe-
something.
I was just gonna say there was Gamma and Beta. Make it like another kind of Roman numeral thing. Maybe this is like Beta Cell or like
yeah.
Alpha Cell. Like
Yeah.
this was the real Cell. Like the other one was just like a test.
And it
Yes.
would have been cool if they did the same thing Cell could have done by absorbing the other androids.
And
that would have been
Yep,
cool.
I agree.
Instead of his gross tail that looked like it was shooting out like infection.
It looked like a club.
like a mace. It was okay. Like they did change him, but still.
I personally don't love just a big monster villain.
Yeah.
Kinda,
I
yeah.
prefer like a calculating, like smart, like I'm gonna fuck you over villain, not just like I'm angry.
Yeah. Even if like you're gonna do big monster, like a monster with a motive is kind of cool. Like for example, like Godzilla or something like that. But like you said, it was unconscious, just like a ghost swinging at things. It was just a problem because he is a problem. Like there wasn't a plan to his.
He was just like
Zaru, yeah.
he
Yeah.
was just like rampaging,
Yeah.
killing everyone in his
Which
path.
I guess is not something new for Dragon Ball either.
Like the fighting scene for him was good. Like he put
It
up a
looked
nice
amazing,
fight.
yeah.
Like, it's just they could have changed Cell up a little bit.
Yeah, I
and,
wish
like,
he was more impactful as a villain.
it would have been cooler. Like, even if he could have brought back his memory, like you said, like he could have like remembered him, like you are the Saiyans, and then he looks at Gohan, and then he sees Pam,
Yeah.
and then he's like, I'm gonna go after Pam to like show you what's good, Gohan.
Yep.
They could have like put
Could've
more
done it
emphasis on Gamma 1 and whatever Gamma 2 than they did with Cell. Cell was
Just
just
have
like,
one of them die anyway.
yeah, because they were gonna turn good, so they needed to have that last bad guy that's not gonna turn good. That's gonna be the challenge. You know?
That's true. I don't think we needed both Gammas.
No. Just one would have been fine,
Yep.
and then he still could have died. And then, unless if they don't use him again, apparently he's going to be security for Bulma now. Wasn't it interesting though how from the Red Ribbon's perspective, you could view them as villains?
And that was really good how they were phrasing it, because like it was even showing how they were like tricking Ito and everything. But like you're saying, for someone who's very first time watching it, it's funny.
You could be like, are they evil? Like,
yeah,
are
and
you
like,
guys sure you're watching a good anime? Like,
right? And it was like funny the way they were like showing the characters, because like, haha, I can kind of see that. Like even how they're talking about like Capsule Corps and like people flying there in and out, and it's like that's very true from like a villain perspective. Why the fuck are people flying in and out of this building?
right? Like, what's going on over there?
Right,
Yeah,
especially if you've been in jail too, and you just came out of jail, and that's the first thing you see, and it's like, oh, okay.
People fly now.
Yeah, so like that was a good spin.
Like, evil aliens from space. Like, they are aliens from space. They may not be evil, but
Like yeah,
so what would you say is your another like least favorite thing about it? Cell Max.
To be honest, they could have made the doctor cooler.
Hito?
Yeah, Hito. He kind
A
of
little
felt
fat
like a
dude.
little, like a child, like a grown child. Let's say he's a grown up, but he's acting like.
I thought he was just a child.
I think he was like 24.
Yeah, they said he was like 24 because they're like, whoa, the doctor at 24,
He
like
was a 24,
oh, yeah.
but like he
MD or
acted way.
PhD, both, bitch.
Yeah.
He acted way too like he was like 10, like he was a superhero with like the fucking
Yeah.
suit. Other than that, he was all right. They could have made the doctor a little bit more, especially being related to Dr. Gero.
No, I agree. He did seem very childlike. I didn't even realize he was 24 watching the movie.
Right? He was
He's just a
24.
little eating Oreos and shit all the time. Like,
yeah.
he had a constant flow of
And
Oreos going
that's
into
what I
his
was
mouth.
gonna say. It's not even like he was just like always eating Oreos. It was consistently a flow. Like he couldn't like not go with that.
I need an Oreo, I'm dying.
Yeah. Like when the plate was empty and he was like scratching at it and shit. It's like why? It's like yo.
The way he ate the Oreos were pretty funny. Like
He'd break it and like scoop the middle.
Never
the
seen-
other part.
never-
Yeah, I was
That's
like, oh,
also
some
because
people
of
are
that.
gonna start finding fucked up ways to eat cookies. That's for sure. You're gonna open them up, melt them, and then refreeze them, and then butter them up, and then close them up, and then eat them again. When Gohan was fighting Cell, they didn't make that memorable, like to that moment. You know what
No,
I mean?
they could have. That should have been part of his
and-
like power.
And
Yeah,
that's what I
like-
think they should have done, right? They should have really tied it back to like when he went going Mystic.
Fighting Cell and like him remembering it's Gohan and
We're
being
never
like,
gonna get Cell again.
That should have triggered him alone to be like how fucked up
We
Cell
don't
was.
want
Like,
Cell a third time. Let's
no,
be real.
no,
No.
Even if it was actual Cell, like, nah, this was your chance.
Exactly, and that's my point, right? Like I feel like if you're gonna bring Cell back, bring Cell back.
yeah, they made like a Cell 2, right? Because it was like an android, I'm pretty sure. That's what it seemed like.
Yeah, Cell Max, Cell 2. It's like, oh, this is even stronger than Cell. How?
Yeah.
They didn't even tell us.
But it's stronger than Cell, but when he blew up in the end, how Cell was about to blow up when Gohan was being cocky and then Goku basically sacrificed his life. That shit didn't
Yes,
blow
he
up the
does.
Earth. Like, you would think if he was stronger than Cell and he blew up like that, he would have destroyed the whole
Yeah,
Earth.
right?
Even like when he was doing whatever attack that was ridiculous.
Unrelated, do you think Beerus is going to try to clap Chilai's cheeks?
Yeah,
And
that
do
was
you
kind
think
of a little
Broly-
bit.
Yeah, I did.
How do you think Broly's going to take that? That's his ting, isn't it? Like,
But
Oh,
Beerus
kinda.
just destroyed him. So it's, Broly didn't give a fuck. He's like, I just want to fight.
crying at the end of the battle. So,
He's like, so beautiful.
another spoiler, Vegeta defeated Goku in fisticuffs. No transformations, no fucking special attacks, just a fist fight. Vegeta won.
I'm happy.
Right?
Give
He's
him an
doing too
actual W.
I was upset that Broly couldn't fight with them, though. They had a reason. It was like, nah, you freak out, dude. Like, he should have been in there scrapping.
Yeah.
Right?
They teased it. He was like, triple threat battle! And they're like,
Yeah.
nah, Broly can't control himself.
The worst part is they probably wouldn't have even showed us. They would have said triple thought battle, and then they would have cut it, and then we would watch the rest of the movie, and then it
Come
would have been at the end trailer when they were done. It's like, oh great, we didn't even get to see the fight, but they fought.
So this movie is for the Gohan fanboys and the Vegeta fanboys, because they both get their dubs today. What we think of some Gohan Beast Mode?
Pretty cool.
Like I said, I think it's like back in the day when growing up, I used to look online and see fan art for Super Saiyan 5, and honestly,
I
it's
agree.
Super Saiyan 5 in my eyes. Same hairstyle, the same eye style. That's Super Saiyan 5.
It definitely looks like Super Saiyan 5, I agree with you. Like the big white hair, like it's extra like big, the red eyes.
Yeah.
What do you think it actually is though? Do you think it's kind of like how Super Saiyan Blue is Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan? Do you think it's maybe like Gohan Ultimate like Super Saiyan?
That's a good question. I have no idea, right?
Like, what is it?
They were very vague with what it was.
And that's the problem with all these transformations. And that's a problem with how they did it too, because Gohan Saiyan, so now it's like Saiyans have so many different transformations. It's like what's categorized to what, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
is it
'cause
one
it's
just
like-
one certain people
Is this
can
the
do?
same as like Trunks's Rage Blue, or is this
Even
more
back
than a
in the day
god?
with Brawly, legendary Saiyan was a whole other
And
thing.
he kind of still has his own. When you see
Yeah.
he transforms in the movie, he's like green.
Yeah,
So it's like, how do you achieve
there's
that,
so
right?
many. I think the legendary one, they've mentioned it. It's like you're born with it.
Okay, so through bloodline,
So, like-
that's fine. So then, like,
Paragus didn't have that shit though. The fucking pussy.
right?
Paragus.
Yeah.
His dad.
It was
So,
just like
like,
one
Paragus.
every like whatever so often years one
So
is
then,
born.
like, with Gohan having this new beast mode or whatever, is that in his blood? Does Goten get his own mode?
That's what
How
I
does
mean.
this
That's
work?
why I wonder about like
Where do
if
we
it's
draw
like
the line
to
here?
do with his
Like,
ultimate form.
You know where I think it's probably gonna fall under? It's gonna fall under Rage, like Trunks'
Yeah.
Super Saiyan Rage,
Just
because
specific to
it
him.
was activated as soon as he thought Piccolo was dead. And all Super Saiyans activated for Rage, but something like God is more less Rage, but more control of your ki, control of your Kai, being more spiritual.
You think Beast Mode's like a raw strength thing?
Yeah,
Like,
I think it's more of like he got angry and then that activated the same thing like Trunks with the Rage.
and like Super
when
Saiyan
he
2
got
when he fought
angry,
Cell.
he was just like, yeah,
He
exactly.
needed
Like
to
that
tap
could
into
have been
something deeper, and he knew it, and then
it could have been like an homage because remember when he transformed in Dragon Ball Z when Cell destroyed the fucking
when
Android
he
7
crunched 16's head.
yeah, and then poof, and then same way here he thinks Piccolo's dying by Cell and he's like poof, and then transforms again. So it's more under, I think it's more under of a Rage category.
So like it wouldn't be like when you can't stand Super Saiyan God. It'd just be like, whoa, that power level is fucking insane. Don't go over there.
Right,
Yeah.
but like it would be interesting to see how it goes up against other forms. Is it stronger than Super Saiyan God? Is it stronger than
Well, they
Super
said-
Saiyan God Super Saiyan?
They
Like,
said at the end that if Goku and Vegeta were there, they wouldn't even have been able to help. So is the implication that Piccolo and Gohan in this movie are stronger than Goku and Vegeta?
That's a good question. They did ask that or state that, and it made me ask the same question because, like, I kind of see it for maybe Gohan, but Piccolo.
Right? You turn orange, you fucking stronger than Ultra Instinct and
that's what I'm saying. Then you're throwing away all their forms now. So now they have to have another form because if they don't, they can't get stronger than them.
And that's
Yeah.
what I want to know too. Where does this sit in terms of like the Moro arc and the Granola arc, where Goku's mastered his Ultra Instinct and Vegeta has Ultra Ego now?
Is it
Is
stronger
this
than that?
post that? Is this before that? Like
That's the problem with having too many transformations because then it starts becoming messy, right? They should have elaborated more on Trunks' form that we've seen in Super, the Super Saiyan God
Yeah.
Rage. Because
Yeah,
now it
that
feels
would've been
dirty
cool.
that everyone else has Super Saiyan God power, but Gohan just has human angry power.
Like-
human angry power activate.
I'm mad!
It's like there's some things that are like seem universal, like all Saiyans can go from 1 to 3.
That makes sense though, yeah.
And then like they can all do kind of the Kamehameha thing, but then you look at like their abilities and like they kind of deviate. They're like Gallop Gun and stuff
You can
like
just
that.
choose to learn different stuff.
So then that's what makes me think, can you choose to learn different forms? You're just making shit up. Like how does that?
Vegeta does Blue Evolution, Super Saiyan Glitter, as we so fondly call
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Super
so,
Saiyan Blue Kaioken, like that's kind of just making up your own shit
Right,
too. Then,
right.
like you said, you go into Ultra Instinct, Ultra Ego, Legendary Super Saiyan, Rose, Beast Mode, Orange Piccolo. Like, what is all this shit? It's getting crazy, dude. Like,
The amount of forms are...
it's like a bargain sale.
Right,
They made that
yeah.
joke back in the Boo Saga. It's realer now more than ever. Piccolo technically got 2 forms in this movie
Yeah,
because he
so
turns in that yellow one
Which I
and
was-
then the orange one.
So it's
Yeah.
like Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2.
I don't understand
Because
why you needed both of them. You could have gave me one or the other, and you could have saved the other one.
another thing is, I felt like it was very, like, again, like I've said this even before we went to go watch the movie. I was saying this about Piccolo's form. It kind of reminds me of Slug.
It looks like him.
Like,
little bit,
especially
yeah.
when he grew big, the way his
That
face
was
was
a-
structured, that was fucking Slug's
That was a nice
body
touch
and
to
face.
use Piccolo for. He's like, hey, get big. And he's like, what? Like you did in the tournament all those
Yeah.
years ago. And he's like, oh yeah, I forgot I could do that.
Because that's the thing, right? Super Namekian has technically been brought up before in the movies,
Yeah.
and they could have tied it in with, like, Piccolo there. Like, he's a
Hope we
super...
get more lore behind it.
Maybe, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Because maybe, like, I would be okay with it being a Super Namekian, like, or Super Namekian 2, or whatever, or
Or whatever
Ultra
Super
Namekian,
Namekian.
yeah, whatever
Maybe there's
they
a
want.
future arc where they get to go to Namekian and they see that form and they're like, oh my god. Like,
Piccolo, come into my dungeon.
you must be the new Nail. So the other thing that bothered me is that they gave us Fat Gotenks. You brought this up actually.
Oh, okay.
Fat Gotenks, they fuse at the end, and we didn't get to see the real
And they did
new
the right
adult
fusion at the
Gotenks.
end.
'Cause
They
yeah.
just flew under their hands.
Yeah, I agree. Why'd you need to tease it that they did the transformation correctly and then not show it to us?
I wanted to see him with the blue and black hair. Now that Trunks' hair is proper blue, not fucking purple anymore.
Side note: it is good to see Trunks and Goten though.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a nice touch. Like,
Yeah.
I brought the strongest fighters we have. 17 wasn't available.
None of them. Fucking where's my boy Yamcha? Fang Gang!
Well, at least they showed him as one of the villains.
No,
Yeah.
but as a villain, he would be Cyberman, like
Oh.
that little boost.
Imagine if
he gets.
Gamma 1 found Yamcha first.
He's like, oh my god, what's going on? Goku? Vegeta? Somebody? And like Chaozu was not brought up anywhere in the movie.
What happened to Chaozu?
He died. The creator just forgot about him. So he's like, what? We had a... No, there's no way I drew a mini fucking mime. Like, what? He's like, sir, you did though. It's funny how every time they need sensu beans,
You
there's
forgot about
never
sensu?
sensu beans.
Yeah, right?
But overall, the movie was good.
Yeah, I like that Pan learned to fly.
Finally learned how to fly.
It's my number one favorite thing, Vegeta kicking Goku's ass finally. Even if it was just by one punch and he just hit it before he did, like Vegeta's
I'm
dub,
happy
that's
with
my
it.
favorite part.
I agree.
Piccolo?
Orange Piccolo was a good touch.
Orange Piccolo for me.
Yeah.
So.
Least favorite?
Cell.
Cell.
Like, it was a good fight, but I just don't like that they didn't do Cell right.
They should have done more.
Yeah.
They even did Frieza right. He got a new form.
Yep.
He got a
Yeah.
god form. Cell got nothing. He was just like, I'm an
Big
energy
and
robot.
red and scary,
Ah, bang.
Don't
bang.
hit me on the top of my head like a baby. Alright, so in the end, what would we rate Dragon Ball Super Superhero?
I would say a 7. Broly was
7?
better.
I give it a 7, yeah.
I'll agree with that 7. It was interesting. The new animation direction was really good, but Broly was definitely like more interesting of a watch.
The
Like,
story
I
of
think also
these.
the story of Brawly was just a little bit better canonically.
And it's Broly.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting. They did Brawly really well, even with Ba. I can't get over Ba here part. I like that. It's like a story now, right? Before he was just...
You're just a big mad monster.
Yeah.
So this has been D-Train,
JP,
See money?
and that was what we thought they could improve.
go check it out. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Just be careful because make sure you bring your tissues and
You're gonna cry when Frieza dies.
Well, I wasn't referring to crying. I was referring to the big booty bitches in the movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of that.
Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been KAMEHOUSE 9000.